Hey, what's up guys, Godstatus here. So this is like my fourth time trying to record this video. The first time I had a really nice gameplay, but the lobby just died, so I was like not getting any kills. It was just getting boring. What was that glitch? Okay. But it was just getting boring, so I just stopped recording. Next lobby, everything was dead again, even though there was like 30 people. The lobby after that, it died again. And it's just kind of been the same thing, so hopefully this lobby won't completely die out and it will be somewhat active, and maybe I can make a half-decent video that 20 people are going to watch. Basically, ever since the SR3M extended mag came out, the gun has become more meta, in a sense. It isn't fully like a top choice gun, however, it is now, in my opinion, one of the most well-rounded guns. It's super strong CQC and mid-range, and it could still be used at long range, even though it's not the best. I wouldn't really recommend trying to pick like cross-map gunfights, but at the same time it can be done, just because the gun is extremely accurate, and if you are used to the recoil, the little bit of recoil that there is, you could easily win a gunfight at long range. Now, obviously it doesn't do as much damage at long range, but it still can hold its own. This lobby seems to be kind of dead, but we're just going to keep going with the commentary and hope for the best. Ever since the extended mag came out, it's become definitely more fun in my book, because I used to joke around about this gun saying like, oh, I'm going to go make it like the new competitive meta, blah blah blah. But with only 20 bullets, it really just wasn't worth it. It couldn't do what the Asval could do because it had the extended mag. The Asval is still technically the stronger CQC gun. However, in my opinion, I think that this gun's a bit stronger in mid-range combat because it's a little bit more accurate, or at least it feels more accurate to me. I'm not sure on like the exacts or if that's true that it's definitely more accurate, but it definitely feels easier to control, and I do a lot better with it in mid-range. And also, trying to spray someone like 300 studs with an Asval just isn't going to go too well. The gun isn't as accurate as the SR3M, and it also is just, I don't know, it feels more fun to use the SR3M. It's a gun that not many people use. It's like, it's kind of like Honey Badger in a sense, because the way I see the Honey Badger, it's not that great of a gun. However, it's fun to use because not many people use it, and once you're sticking with like competitive meta guns for such a long time, you kind of don't use guns just for fun anymore. But this is a gun that I go out of my way to use because I enjoy it. And same with like the Honey Badger, it isn't an insane gun, but I still use it just because I genuinely have fun with it. And it also isn't going to make me do like terrible in a game, because it still does hold its own and it does a good job at what it's meant to do. Now, we are perfectly okay because he doesn't have headphones. Now, the SR3M is definitely a gun I would recommend to literally anyone because of how strong it is, because of how accurate it is. It won't take much learning to get used to. There's very minimal recoil that you need to learn, and it takes very minimal time to get adjusted to the gun. Now, this gun is very strong in CQC as well as mid-range combat, like I've been saying, and it's considered not top tier of any pick in specific. Like, it isn't the strongest CQC gun, it isn't like the strongest mid-range gun. However, I think that it does well in basically any environment. I do think it fits in most environments, which is why I would recommend it, because most people struggle to find a gun that they can use at all ranges. And a gun like this, although it shoots fast, isn't that hard to control. And when you're looking as a new player, you want to focus on a gun that's more accurate rather than guns that do more damage, because if you can't control them, then it doesn't matter. Not many people can control an AKM recoil at like 300 studs. However, this is something that's a bit more tame and can still get you pretty good kills. Now, most people, like I said, they struggle with recoil. They struggle finding a gun that is balanced for them. And this is kind of the balance that I think most people need to find. Especially, like, most of what I'm saying is leaning towards beginner players, because they struggle with finding guns that they're comfortable with. And that's my main suggestion to anyone trying to improve at the game, is find a gun that you're comfortable with and stick with it. I found the G36, well, albeit it was like a meta gun, it was a stronger gun, it was something that I was comfortable with and I enjoyed using. If you don't enjoy the gun you're using, if you're just using it because it's considered a really good gun, you're not going to do that amazing. Especially when you're learning the game, you want to learn like fundamentals rather than what is the best thing to use at a current position. Like I said, accuracy is always over damage, especially when you're learning, getting used to the game. If you can't control it, then what's the point? You're not going to get kills anyways. And like I said, I think this might be one of like the most well-balanced guns to use in every scenario, because anyone can pick it up and learn it. Anyone can control the recoil. It's basically nothing. And it's just overall something that I wish was kind of available at a lower rank. Not for the sake of, like, skill gap or, like, an overpowered gun being ready this early. It's just that it would give people the ability to find guns earlier on. And they would be able to find a gun that's good, well-suited, and they could learn. And it would help them teach just overall basics of the game rather than certain guns, like, people can't control, just for example, or not even that they can't control, it's just certain guns just aren't that great, and people will use them just because of, like, oh, they heard it's good, or, like, they think the stats are good, so they'll use it, and it really just doesn't do anything for them. This, if you had, like, the credits to buy and you were okay with spending credits on guns, I would definitely recommend buying it. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who, like, hate people who buy guns with credits, but, like, really, who cares? You can do whatever you want with your credits. So I would definitely recommend buying this, rather than, like, most people who go with the meta guns, like buying a Vector or buying the AKM or something like that. I would recommend this and just practicing overall because, like I said, it is strong in basically every scenario. You don't need to main just one gun for a certain situation. Now, even, wow, this lobby is, like, completely dead, but I'm just going to finish commentary because I'm already most of the way through it. Even in scenarios where you're playing, like, Metro and stuff, there's still times where you get, you know, cross-map gunfights, and things like the Vector don't do as much damage at those ranges, or things like the Vector just won't perform as well at that far of a range. Especially in my case where I use, like, the Vector with hollow point bullets, it doesn't do that good at those longer ranges. Well, this gun definitely can, and will beat the Vector at that range. So it's not something that's limiting you to a certain playstyle, which I really like, because some people can only do good in, like, a certain playstyle, but this definitely will help you branch out and learn how to adapt to other situations, which is also very important. If you can't adapt to the map you're playing or a certain scenario, you're not going to do good because you're so driven on just one playstyle. So if someone pushes you out of your comfort zone, and let's say you're playing Metro and you only stick to the hallways between, like, purple and stuff, or purple and green and whatnot, and just stick to hard CQC, if you get pushed out of there, what is your next bet? And if there's someone who's simply doing better than you at the time, you have to pick a longer range gunfight, and if you're not ready for that, then you're gonna lose it, obviously. Overall, I see this gun as more just a fun gun to use that you'll enjoy playing and you'll enjoy wanting to learn more, which is what I like about it the most. And I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, I'm sorry if I am, but it's overall just an insanely good gun, and I really wish it was available at lower ranks, strictly just to help people learn. As far as its, like, overall power, I don't think it should be at lower ranks, but I wish there was more guns of this nature that could teach people and give them the opportunity to learn certain things rather than having to wait to find a gun that they like, or they have to stick to buying, like, meta guns that they just buy because people say they're good and they don't end up doing good with them and then they regret buying it. Now, overall, this actual game we're playing, we're going 87-6, which isn't bad. The lobby's slowly starting to fill back up, but it kind of died on us, which is sad because we were doing insanely good, easily going to get over 100 kills, which we should still easily get, but we could have done maybe 120, 130 if the lobby didn't die, if not higher. So I'm kind of sad about that because there goes my clickbait. I'm just gonna have to stick to what we're doing and make the best of what we have. Now, I know the commentary on this video wasn't the best, but oh well. It's just something that I'm going to go with. I've been wanting to make a video on the SR3M for a while, and I'd much rather just get some kind of content out because I've been lacking. Something's better than nothing, hopefully. Up an easy sniper killer too, which I really didn't need to take out a sniper for that, but oh well. Ooh, that wasn't too good. Let me cock this back just in case. I'm going to die here. Oh, never mind, he missed. Good. Worked out perfectly for us. Now, I know they're pushing over towards hill, but I don't know how far up they've actually gotten. Are they still back here? Yeah, there still is a guy in here. What are you doing, bud? There's another guy back here? Are they literally just hiding in here? Okay, that works. Now, I know there's a guy over here by hill just because he's on radar. Looks like we'll pick up an easy kill or two. Or 3. Oh, wait, you're up here. That's awkward. Oh, I missed that terribly. I should have scoped in there. Yeah, we're at 98-7, so we're not doing bad at all. Like I said, if this lobby didn't die down so much, we could have gotten a lot more kills. There was like a solid minute we just couldn't find anyone. But oh well, it's all good. I'm definitely happy with how we're doing right now. And like I said, I'm kind of happy that I got this map because I was playing on like, I think the first video I recorded was on Warehouse, which shows more like CQC slash mid-range, which is what this gun is meant for. You can definitely see that this gun is still usable on any map. Now this isn't like Revad, for example, where you're shooting across roofs. It's not always at that distance, you know what I mean? But it definitely shows that the gun is versatile, has versatility, whatever you want to say, and can be used and adapted to multiple ranges, which I can't stop ranting about how good the gun actually is. And it's something that I hope to see go into like competitive meta soon. It's a maybe because people usually stick to the generic like AKM being the strongest overall gun, Vector being, or like Vector and M231 and Asval being the CQCs. I personally would like to see people start using this. Is it gonna happen? Maybe. Who really knows? But if I ever do go back to competitive, I probably will end up using a gun like this, just because it is as strong as I'm really making it out to be. Now, obviously, just because I'm dropping 100 kills doesn't mean everyone's going to drop 100 kills their first time with it, but it still has the potential for anyone to do just as good. And with practice with on any gun, and like I said, being comfortable with the gun and learning what it can and can't do, you will easily start to see yourself improve. And that's really all it's about, is starting to improve at the game and doing better overall. And like I said before, that is the biggest tip I can give someone, is find a gun that you're comfortable with and find a gun that you enjoy using. Because when you enjoy using the gun, and when you enjoy like playing the game, that's when you're going to improve the most, because you want to play, you want to improve, and that's basically what it comes down to. Everyone, I'm asked constantly like, oh, how do I improve at this? How do I do better sniping? How do I do better, you know, with autos? How do I spawn trap better, get 100 kill games? And the honest truth is, find something you enjoy using and just go for it. And that's basically how you improve. Like when I found the G36 and started using that at first, I fell in love with the gun, and that was my main gun for over 100 ranks. Like it still is my main gun to this day, and that's what made me improve so much, because I enjoyed using it, and I learned how good the gun was, and I learned what my limits were with the gun. And that's definitely one of the main things. You need to know your limits on things, and if you need to learn to judge if you can or like can't win a gunfight.
I'm headed to the bottom of the bottle. I've been drowning, I've been floating away. Every other dollar that I got in bed, I probably went and pissed it away. I ain't fucking okay, I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck in for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I'm enslaved. Yeah. Rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat from the whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole damn week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million motherfuckers that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family, from a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down, make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Whole life never when I knew not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost?